are seated, please can we put our hands. Welcome to the microphone for the opening address. Please.
Not forgetting, it is with great pleasure that I stand here before you to give just a short welcome address to the Bauchi State Economic and Investment Summit Roadshow taking place here in Enugu to cover the Southeast Zone. I would like to use this opportunity to welcome all of you to this occasion of the unveiling of the Southeast Zone Roadshow to unlock the Bauchi State economic and investment potential, which in due course you will listen to a presentation on the Bauchi State opportunities centered around mining, agriculture, tourism, livestock, etc. It is with great pleasure that we bring our own investment potentials here in Bauchi, which the summit will take place later in the year. So I would like to use this opportunity to welcome all of you. I hope you'll be in Bauchi at one time when the summit is going to take place for you to come and invest in Bauchi. We want to enhance that relationship between Bauchi and the Southeast Zone. We know the Southeast Zone is made up of different groups of businessmen, entrepreneurs, captains of industries, and what have you. So there is a relationship already existing between Bauchi and the Southeast, but we just want to further enhance that relationship. So I use this opportunity once again to welcome all of you to Bauchi, but here in Enugu.
More people, and then also want to recommend members of the press. At this point, let me welcome to the mic.
Governor of Bauchi State.
When I was invited to attend and chair this roadshow to exhibit the Bauchi State Economic and Investment Summit by none other than Dr. Ogwenna, a very good friend of mine, I was quite elated. Elated because I think it is something that ought to be done and is being done. To have such a roadshow for the Southeast, it just goes to point to my belief in my friend, Governor of Bauchi State, our beloved Senator Bala Mohammed, that he's a go-getter, a man of vision, and a visionary. He realizes that if you want trade and commerce to bloom, go to the Southeast. If you want people to promote trade and commerce, get the Southeasterners to do it. It's like I was in South Africa at the same time with, I think Senator Bala Mohammed was also there with President Jonathan in our days in the executive, the Federal Executive Council. And P2B was just asked to come and address the Nigerians that were there. And he made a statement which apparently made a lot of sense. He said, wherever you come and find traders, anywhere in the world, two of them are apparently Igbos, and the third is an apprentice that was qualified and trained by an Igbo. Because our people are traders all over the world. So please, pass on to His Excellency the Governor that we see this as a bright movement, that he recognizes the place of the Southeast and then felt it necessary to have a road show, because when that summit comes in October, I believe it will be very successful. The governor doesn't do anything that will not be successful. I know him very well. alias an array of brilliant lieutenants who are working with him here, beginning from the SSG commissioners, advisors, assistants, and all that. But here gathered among us too are some of the titans of industry, commerce, and agriculture in the Southeast. I believe that whatever message they get from here, they will easily disseminate to the various bodies that they represent. And I will be very happy to see that a good number of Southeasterners who are in commerce, agriculture, industry, and mining are represented during the real summit in Bauchi. Bauchi is a very hospitable place, and I don't think anybody would go there and not be very welcome. Although it is very well known for tourism and mining, agriculture, and so on, but the people are warm. And I believe that when we go, we will find all kinds of opportunities to invest. May I also say that, as I've said severally before, that anyone who thinks that government can change the lot of Nigeria, grow industries or whatever on its own is making a mistake. It is the organized private sector that can salvage Nigeria. And mining, industry, agriculture, commerce are the roots to this emancipation of our land. There's no better way to grow wealth. So the Bauchi state government is doing what it ought to do by creating an enabling environment for trade and commerce and mining and industry to thrive. And also in recognizing that it should not be just a local type of investment summit, but a national one and an international one for that matter. I've always known that Bauchi, by the way, I'm a mining engineer by profession, mining and metallurgical engineer. So I know that Bauchi State is deeply gifted. There are even minerals there that have not been given the kind of exposure that people ought to know in order to develop it. So this is an opportunity for people to expand, and knowing the vibrant nature of our people in trade, commerce, and industry, I believe that the summit will do a lot of good. So I would like you to extend our profound gratitude and greetings to the governor of Bauchi State, and to let him know that you were very well received here. Our sister even spoke Igbo here among us, and we are so happy. So, to welcome you, I will say Salute Desua, and God bless all of you.
We have Honorable
we are having investment summit, and prior, we have to involve the regional leadership and captains of the industry. And of course, when it comes to business, when it comes to trade, you take the lead. If at all anyone wants to develop, wants to succeed, the Southeast has to be part of it. So we thank you for your kind hospitality being in the cold city. It's indeed a pleasure being here. This is the second time we've been in Enugu, and I do hope we're going to journey along to this path of progress. Before I begin my presentation, I would like to take you through a 2-minute video to showcase the potential of the Bauchi State.
To its vast agricultural package, fintech, Sesame State government, investors enjoy access
reserve in the West African region, and this is an opportunity for you to come and harness from the crops production side. We have over 4.2 hectares of loamy alluvial soil, which is readily available for cultivation, and of that, over 25,000 hectares are yet to be untapped, which is an opportunity for investors to come in, and we have a lot of incentive in there for you to come and grow your crops. Bauchi is home to everyone. His Excellency is a nationalist, and that's what we're here. You're open for business in terms of agricultural sector. And leading with the livestock population, large number of cattle, goats, sheep, and various types of poultry production. Like I said, we have one of the biggest game reserve in the entire West African region, which is yet to be untapped, awaiting right type of incentive investors to come in and venture into that sector. Can we go to next? Within far above the average for you to come and invest into solar energy, and with the existing law of the federation where state has the capacity and ability to generate its own power, it's equally a big sector for investment. Then urban development, water management facilities, food control, erosion management, deforestation, which is equally an opportunity for you to come and invest in areas of waste management, to serve the entire northeastern region. And at the moment, we have one of your own even, one of your own from Abia that is willing to come into Bauchi State to establish one of the biggest waste management system. Of course, it's a very big opportunity and it's a very big value chain for you to come in and invest equally. The cattle and dairies, because hospitality and tourism, rice processing, ecotourism.
Why are we so sure that these are some of the subsectors that you can make money? There was a methodology developed by international investment stakeholders around the world. Many countries in Asia and Africa, that's the standard they're using. That's exactly the same one we have used. Even NIPC, Kano, Kaduna, most of the states, including Lagos Global, that's the methodology they use. And that's exactly the one we applied in Bauchi. And that methodology has two components. The first one is feasibility. If you bring your investment to Bauchi, is that investment possible? Are there no binding constraint that if you go there after 2-3 months, they will tell you land is not available? They will tell you the community is not interested. They will tell you the business environment, no. So we have to look at that feasibility aspect, that when you come, it's already ready. And the second one, it's where you're very much interested in, the capacity of that sector to bring return on investments. So it is on these two characteristics, and each one of them is a robust methodology with about 22 components that we use. And I happen to be from Nacotan Business School, and we utilize consultants from Nigeria and United Kingdom to really verify the study. So it is on that basis, go to the next slide, that we got, no, next slide. That we got this top 10 right. Forget Benue and all those places. Those ones that have been overutilized. Bauchi is still at the infancy stage. So this area is ready and the money is there. The next one is, I don't need to mention that, solid minerals. Already my professor, my mentor, he has already mentioned it. Some of the minerals
in Bauchi team to the southeast. We started in a Southeast Business and Investment Summit group, and we believe that for us to succeed, we partner, we extend a hands of friendship and collaboration with different sectors, different states, different regions to develop Southeast. This is one of the many partnerships we are building, and I'm happy that our friend, the Enyi Igbo, Igbo land, Senator Bala Mohammed, has opened that floodgate. Somebody asked me, are you sure it's not political? I said, far from it. We are not in SEBI, South Business and Investment Summit, we are not playing politics. 70% of diaspora community are Igbos in the Southeast. Today, what is something billion US dollars are always coming home, and our people coming home. And we are thinking of how do we partner to make sure that this money don't end up in Abuja and Lagos by coming home to the Southeast. Because today, what comes home is to build large mansions and come for funerals and come for Christmas celebration. The rest money don't come here. That's why I always like to associate myself with the Bitcoin chief who has come in here, taking these challenges and is building bold step to develop and live. Now, perhaps people may not know that the Eastern Economic Corridor is like closed down. When I say the Eastern Economic Corridor, it's from Port Harcourt to Maiduguri. Gone were days before independence and post-independence era. The Eastern and Western Economic Corridor were competing. We were competing. Today we are no longer competing. The Eastern Economic Corridor, whether it's in Port Harcourt, whether it's in Apego, whether it's in Cross River, whether it's in the far southeast state, whether it's Benue, Plateau, Niger, Taraba, Adamawa, Bauchi, Yobe, and Borno, we are no longer competing with people in the other part of the corridor. What we have now in this corridor is insecurity. What we have now is stagnation. We have closed. I took a trip to Nigeria-Cameroon border at Mfong. Nothing seems to be happening there. Why? Because we are no longer doing business with Cameroon and the entire Eastern Africa. We need to make sure we collaborate to develop Southeast and to develop Bauchi State. You said the good things about Bauchi State. There are so many about Southeast. We are the hub. I'm happy Prof mentioned that he's standing on Bauchi State. You see trailers. Most of those trailers end up here. The agro produce, hundreds of trailers move from Bauchi into the Southeast. My friend here built an agro produce market in the Southeast for all the goods coming from the north to be sold in the Southeast. And then we as at service are working hard to be able to develop what we call the agro processing center, whereby we can have value add. Because we know that the value chain, we cannot be encouraging export of agro produce raw. We are thinking of value addition so that we can be able to move and add value. We come in when we start repatriating some of the gains of the export market. And I think that's where what will be going. They're no longer talking of investment for investment's sake. They are equally talking of investment for getting foreign exchange engine for the state. And it's a good place to invest. And we are thinking that our investment this time will no longer be one-sided. It will be collaboration. And that's why the government is here. We work towards making sure that our government is equally there so that they can agree on ways. If I'm investing in Bauchi State, I'm not going to Bauchi State to go and buy land and start from one base table. But I'm talking to the government of Bauchi State. And the government of Bauchi State know that I'm there. It makes for good investment. And again, that we need some of these raw materials, we need some of this produce in this area to develop our food. That is the essence of what we are doing today. And I must thank all of you who have come in here. Let us prepare not only for this unveiling ceremony. Let's think of being in Bauchi 8th to 9th October. And after that, let us think of post-summit activities. The summit to me is just an event. But it's not supposed to be an event, it's a process. so that we can finish the summit, we can continuously move to the next level of talking to ourselves. There's need for us to have JV, the joint venture partnerships, signed between our businesses and their businesses, so that at the end of the day, we will have been able to look at ourselves and say, this is what the partners are agreeing. Again, the Eastern Corridor seems not to be using the free trade zone. This is unfortunate. Between Lagos and Ogun State, there are 18 free trade zones, including Dangote Refinery. They are within the free trade zone. And what is the advantage of a free trade zone? Free duty, free tax, produce you can export and import. And it's a special area designated by the federal government, secret to the investor. And then you are not, there's cost on there, there's immigration there, there's police there. You are not paying anything to the federal government. But in the eastern flank, how many free trade zones do we have in the eastern corridor? Very few. And the very few we have in the eastern corridor are not very active.
Come here, I will also try to speak, and perhaps I will speak better than them. Because first, when I served around the corridors of Olu to Uruala, to Osina, to Akokwa, and around Disoko, I made a lot of friends. And I lived in a family, the family of Mazi Ibineme Onyendu, with whom I had kept my relationship all these years. So I'm quite close here. And when I finished youth service and I got my first job, incidentally, I got a job in a bank and I was posted to Enugu. And I extend to you his apologies. He had wanted to be here, but he had to leave yesterday morning to the Gambia for a summit on governance around the Sahel, along with the former President Jonathan. Now that is very, very important for us as a nation, because the crisis around the Sahel is being felt here, especially around the northern states. So he had to be there, but he has sent me. And I have his speech. I will try to read his speech. Wherever I would say I, that I would mean Senator Bala Abdulkadir Mohammed, the governor of Bauchi State. But I will take personal responsibility where I make any mistake in the course of delivering this speech. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to express my profound gratitude to all the personalities from the world of politics, business, and finance to formally invite you to the upcoming Bauchi State Economic and Investment Summit, scheduled to hold on the 8th and 9th of October 2025. Permit me to recall the objective, or rather objectives, which the summit seeks to achieve. Its purpose is firstly to review the key components of the state's economy, to determine the private sector's potential contribution to its expansion, and thereafter as between public and private project initiators alike, and foreign as well as local investors. It is not my place here to give an overview of the economy. I would rather highlight some salient points, facts of a general nature in a way that would reveal our innermost views, as well as our genuine aspirations for lasting prosperity in the current geostrategic context. A lot of emphasis is mainly placed on growth rates across states and countries over the years. However, we must understand that growth is not an end in itself. Moreover, it has been acknowledged even by the most prominent international economic institutions that we must go beyond the quantitative measurement of growth rate to seek a tangible improvement in people's living conditions. Serving the human person and his overall well-being will constitute the be-all and end-all of our investment choices and our priorities for wealth creation. Similarly, it is only through the sustainable management of our resources that we can ensure true prosperity. It is also, once again, my pleasure to formally invite you to the summit that will take place on the 8th and 9th of October 2025, God willing. I thank you for your attention. Speech, and in that speech I have unveiled the economic summit already. So this is just to make it formal. it's my pleasure at this time on behalf of His Excellency the Governor, Senator Bala Abdelkader Mohammed CON, to formally unveil the Bauchi State Economic and Investment Summit 2025 and look forward to welcoming you to Bauchi on the 8th and 9th of October. So I would ask that you join me in unveiling the Bauchi State Investment and Economic Summit.
Unveiling of the summit of Bauchi Economic and Investment Summit in the Southeast. So this is going
to organize OPS in Southeast. We are made up of 17 city chambers of commerce and industry in Southeast, including one of the largest city chambers in Nigeria, Enugu Chamber of Commerce, Aba Chamber of Commerce, and Nnewi Chambers of Commerce and Industry. He has sent me to really appreciate the people, the governor, and the good people of Bauchi State for extending this kind of fellowship to the business community in Southeast. We want to assure you that we as a Chamber of Commerce and Industry, we are going to mobilize our members to explore these investment opportunities you are bringing to us in Southeast, and to make sure that this extension of hand of fellowship will not disappoint you. He asked me to make a request, and I already have the information I needed, and I'll ask the Secretary to State Government or the Honorable Commissioner for Commerce and Industry to give me these slides, because we'll be meeting on Saturday. Well, a lot of us in Southeast, we are hosting NASIMA. NASIMA is the largest organized private sector in Nigeria, I hope we know. We are hosting NASIMA on the 28th of August in Oka. And the president has asked that I get key areas of investment, key sectors of investment opportunities in Bauchi State, so that we can also, during our meeting, let our members know about these investment opportunities and see areas they can come and invest in Bauchi State. Vividly, last year, when we had the first Southeast Investment Summit led by the Executive Secretary at Auckland Hotel, Bauchi
come and invest. And I was wondering if I would have to go to invest in Namibia or Rwanda, why can't I just drive a few hours to Bauchi State? I'm a farmer as well as a project manager as a person. And I was duped once when I was trying to buy goods for my farm. And I met some people online and they were able to get some money from me without sending any goods to me. So I already told the commissioner for commerce from your state that I would like to meet with him, because I know a lot of other farmers who are interested in this kind of transaction. So I have a speech here. I can see we're already running out of time, so I'll do what I can quickly to represent what the president wants me to do.
I'm excited about what's happening. I think this is the maiden edition of this happening here in the Southeast. So that's the unveiling of the summit. And so Bank of Industry, popularly called BOI, or popularly known as BOI, is the largest and leading development financial institution in Nigeria. We have the mandate to transform Nigeria's industrial sector by providing financial and business support services. We've also added to that an ambition statement that we want to spearhead Nigeria's sustainable and inclusive industrial and inclusive industrial development via tailored offerings to support underserved and high-impact businesses. So because of this, we have presence across the country. We have over 37 state offices in almost all the states in Nigeria.
Trying to cultivate the idea of cross-pollination across nations, showcasing what Nigeria has that others have not, and telling them that we have silk road for all these things. And therein, we're able to sell our own, the 9th mile canal. 9th mile is especially carved out of Enugu because of its potentials. It's a human capital. The Prof here is one of us. The Igwe there is one of us, and a host of others. So we thank God for what we enjoy. And that's why graciously the NISUMA, Nigerian Association of Chamber of Commerce, agreed that 9th March Chamber should come to be. Today, when Ife contacted us and asked our members to be in attendance,
we are now promising on behalf of them that we are going to do the business. The question is, why are we here today? We are here to do business. And one person cannot do business. It must involve more than one person. Business, either you buy or sell. Either you sell.
I feel there's development now and a lot of investment by the people. So this development that you've done in your state, we would like you to please come to our state and assist us and invest your resources in our state. I assure you your resources are very safe in Bauchi State. Bauchi State is very safe. Let me just add a word, because yesterday the Area Consultative Forum had a meeting, and one of the major complaints was the rising insecurity in the north. But they specifically mentioned that only 2 states in the north have remained safe and there's no insecurity. One is Kaduna and the second is Bauchi. There have been no incident of rising insecurity. This is a statement for the consultative forum of Area. So you can see you have a good
I guess.